come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today. Make me wonder who you might have been playing with. Makes me wonder who you think.
Hey, friends, welcome back. It is day 8 of my 30-day wellness challenge. Super excited to be starting week 2. I'm not even gonna waste your time and say good morning because it's very much the nighttime. It's 6:18. I slept in this morning, yes, but I did get up at a pretty decent time and I had things to do. I really wanted to start the process of deep cleaning my home. So after I got done running around and doing my busyness yesterday, I came back to my home being in shambles and I said, no, this can't do. So I couldn't even lay down and go to bed at a decent time until I cleaned this place up from top to bottom. But it wasn't the deep clean that one needs. It was just enough to be like, all right, I'm not gonna go insane if I keep looking at this room. So I sat down, created my list last night of all the things that I wanted to deep clean today and throughout the rest of the week. I got one room completely done. When I say deep clean, like dusting ceilings, scrubbing headboards, things of that nature. So I got one room completely done. I got another room halfway done, and I got a sprinkle or two in the other rooms done as well. But that definitely took up a good portion of my day, as well as I still had to edit a video for you all, and I did edit a couple of more things of content. So I'm a little tired, but I still have things to do. I still need to do my massage. I need to do a little workout, and we do need to do our journal prompt. Now I do need to meal prep for the week, but there's no way that I'm gonna possibly be able to fit that in, cram that in for the end of the night. So we're gonna pick, I'm sorry y'all, so we're gonna pick that back up tomorrow in the morning. And my hope and my plan is to get up at a decent time tomorrow so that I can work on my time management. We talked about that in the check-in. And so we will do the cooking tomorrow. I will do some more of my spring cleaning tomorrow around my work schedule in the gym and things of that nature. But yeah, I still have a couple of things to take care of, and I'm gonna go ahead and eat some of what I've already been eating. So nothing new to show you. So when I cook, you'll see the newest edition of the newest edition. But I'm gonna get that started and not waste any more time, because in about an hour or so I do need to take my melatonin and start winding down. So I need to find me a nice little 30-minute workout at least, do my massage, take my shower, and fill up with my free time, whatever else I can do with that. And then we will do our prompt. So let's get started. All right, cyber friends, come with me to try something new. We are finally taking that aerial class, the silk one that I've been wanting to do. And when I say I was a little nervous at first, it was definitely given trust yourself, trust your body, because every different technique or movement that she taught us, it was given, am I going to bust my behind? Am I going to fall on my head? Do I have enough strength to be holding myself up? And lo and behold, I did. I was able to execute a lot of what she was teaching us. Well, not a lot. I did all of the moves that she did. And she told us that we did really good for us. Almost all of us being beginners. There was only one girl in there, coincidentally the one in the back in this video. There was only one of us in there who had been coming to class. Everybody else was new to this, not true to this. So we tried all of the hard stuff, and she wasn't really used to that. But the instructor, she was so nice, so sweet. I wish that I could let you listen to how she teaches and how she guides the class, but unfortunately she's playing real music and I do not own copyrights, and I'm tired of YouTube muting my stuff or saying that it can't be played in certain countries and yada yada yada. But she told us to bounce if we ever got dizzy, and boy was I getting dizzy, especially when we were getting to the part where we were flipping ourselves upside down. And to be honest, I'm super proud of that because I mean, I've always worked on my core strength, and sometimes it shocks me how much core strength that I had, but consistently flipping myself upside down, just kicking back using my legs, it's got me feeling like I could do a backflip. And I know good and god dang well that I cannot do a backflip because I've tried before and definitely landed on my back. I almost broke my back before, so I don't know if I'll be trying that again. But this, a supported little flip, a supported little dip, I can do this. But I'm really excited that I've been doing all this stretching and massaging and all the things. I feel like I'm about to be the most flexible I've ever been in life, except for that time that I was in college and I took a yoga course for a semester. But I'm trying to get back to it. I think I am going to continue to do this class, maybe bi-weekly. I don't know, but I will be back. And after a end of a good long day of working our body, movements, stretching, muscle building, strength, we are going to massage the body. We just have to. At this point, I think I'm getting accustomed to it. Again, I've never been a person that was really into stretching. Like, even when I played sports, I hated when they used to make us do team stretches and stuff, because if I was on my own, I wouldn't be doing anything. And even as an adult, I really don't care for stretching. Like, when I go to the gym, well, before now, since I've been doing this process, I wouldn't do nobody stretching. And my trainer would tell me, girl, you need to stretch. People would tell me, girl, you need to stretch. But I would just be in there doing stuff, throwing weights around, going home, being sore, recuperating for days, complaining that I can't feel my head, shoulders, knees, and toes. But that didn't stop me. That didn't make me, change my ways or nothing like that. So again, being intentional about our wellness, how we are taking care of our body inside and out, what we are putting into our body, how we are caring for our mental parts of our body. I want this to be more than a 30-day challenge. Of course, I want to do this lifelong, but 30 days, I think, is a great start. All right, friends, let's get straight into the topic of the night, the prompt. And it has a little excerpt, and I'm doing the Michelle Obama book. She says, I want to take a moment to talk about loneliness. Americans consistently report that what is missing from their lives is a sense of belonging, a simple feeling of being at home with other people. So many of us are looking for a sense of home. I understand that finding it is not easy, and people tend to feel embarrassed and shameful about acknowledging their loneliness, especially in a culture where self-reliance is considered a national virtue. We don't want to appear needy or inadequate, or admit to feeling like we're on the outside of things. According to a 2021 survey, 1/3 of American adults reported that they have fewer than 3 close friends. 12% said they have none at all. So if the activity on the previous page doesn't reflect a social life you're satisfied with, I hope you'll see that you are not alone in that. Take a breath. Let it be what it is, and come with me through the rest of this section. I'm a firm believer that you can only start from where you are. Let's work together on some tools and practices that might help. Loneliness comes in all of our lives at some point or another. When you are feeling lonely, what is the ideal, less lonely vision of the future that you imagine for yourself? What type of relationships do you have around you? I would say for me, I've dealt with loneliness a good portion of my life. Again, with being the outcast in my family, the black sheep, I've always kind of been to myself. Even with friends, I've never been one to have a big group of friends, a handful of friends, some acquaintances. And even in my partnerships, I really do struggle with feeling connected to them a lot of the times. And it sucks to finally have someone or be with someone and still feel alone. I don't care for that. That's why it is important to me to cultivate true connections with people. I still don't feel like I have found my quote unquote community. I'm still searching for it. I'm still searching for friends that are like minded as me. I'm still searching for friends that want to hang out and do things and try new things, or even within the new hobbies and things, build community and friendships that way. I feel like that's the only way going forward. Like Miss Obama said about starting where you are, it's too late to make any changes, as far as past goes. I think when it comes to my family relationships, I feel like I've extended the olive branch as much as I can, and no one has taken a hold of that. So I cannot go back and get a different version of my grandma. I cannot go back and get different versions of other family members. I have put the olive branch there of we can start from here now. But again, it falls on deaf ears. Like, I'm really into deepness and emotional intelligence and all the things, if you cannot tell. So I do have like a lot of games and card games and things of that nature, either for when I'm dating and I have partners, or just to ask people in general. I'm good at coming up with questions myself if I'm really interested and I'm wanting to really know you and understand you. And I don't know if you guys know about the card game. I think it's called the And. It's from the company Skin Deep. They post a lot of the clips of people playing their game, and some people will go on there with their exes, some people will go on there with their current person, their children. And I think they have several versions of the game, the family version, the dating version, but I actually have the family version. And so I remember going home after my mom had passed, and my mom was the last one to pass away. My dad went first, and about 6 to 8 months after my dad passed away, my mom passed away next. And so again, I don't really know my family and they don't know me. And so I took that as an opportunity as I was going home and things during the process of the funeral and during the process of my mom being in hospice. And I was like, this is the push, I guess, that I needed to be more vocal about telling my family needs that I have and seeing if they're wanting or willing to give that to me. And so one of the cards I remember specifically, it said, what could your family do to show up for you better or make you feel loved? And so everyone that was at the house who wanted to participate in the game that I brought up playing, we all answered. And when it got to me, I said I would love for you guys to actually physically show up for me. And what I meant by that was I live like an hour and a half away from my hometown, but nobody comes to visit me. I am the only family member I have left in this city. I had a cousin who was here, who was in college at the same time I was, and then he left. I had a great aunt and a great uncle that weren't super, super far, but we weren't super, super close, and they have both passed away. So I'm the only one here at this point. And so I always say this about my family relationships are what I have to put into it, what I have to do. No one's coming for my birthday. Nobody's coming for holidays or this, that, and the third. I'm constantly getting on the road and coming for Easter and Christmas and this, that, and the third. But that same thing isn't extended to me. And I'm trying not to get triggered by it, so I'm trying to talk as calmly as I can about this subject. But again, with being the black sheep and not getting the same experiences, like when my cousin, he was here for school. He played basketball. They were coming down here for his basketball games. His birthday, they came down for his birthday and things of that nature. Nobody is ever attempting to connect with me or do things like that for me or with me. And I think there's many layers to that, between not having the family connection like that to where they would want to show up for me like that. Another layer of, like, I feel like in the black community, men get treated 10 times better, 10 times different. They can take their time growing up and maturing and getting their stuff together, versus little black girls, you have to start from the day you are born to be this perfect, independent, smart, intelligent individual. And I think that's highly unfair. But no one does those things for me. And it's not as if my family does not come down here, you know. They come down here for basketball games and football games and whatever the case may be. And then when they do come, it's almost like it is expected for me to drop everything that I have going on to hang out with them for a brief moment. And if I don't drop everything and run, then I am considered the problem. I am considered the issue. Like, all right, we tried with her, it didn't work. But you knew you were coming to that basketball game the moment you bought tickets months ago. Why didn't you tell me you were coming down months ago? Like, literally, my family will come and be here the whole weekend and literally say something to me. We're about to go have lunch. We're about to have dinner before we leave. Are you going to come meet us? I didn't know you was here for the past 3 days. I could have been done saw you. We could have been done hung out or whatever the case may be. So again, it's not fair treatment of, I have to constantly show up and support, but it's not given to me. It's not extended to me. Them coming, or when they're here and reaching out, it's like I'm the last to know. I'm not considered in any way, shape, or form. I was an afterthought. I was the last thought. You came down here, you reached out, and now you're attempting to kill two birds with one stone. Versus I'm coming and dedicating time to spend my day with my family to do X, Y, and Z, because that's what's expected of me. And again, I would take that on the chin if it's just like, dang, my family is like this, and it's to everybody. But in reality, it's only like that with me, because again, I had a cousin. He was here. He's a year older than me. He's always gotten all the family love, all the family connection, and there was never really any left for me. And what it is now, but that's a very lonely feeling. So we played that game about 5 years ago when my mom passed. Ask me how many times my family has visited me. One of my aunts, I asked both of my aunts, I asked after the new year, the previous year, if they could come hang out with me for a day. They both agreed to it. Only one aunt showed up. So she was the first person to come to my house. Only my aunt and one of my baby cousins have been to my home. No one else in my family knows what anything looks like. Not a couch, not a chair, not a painting, not a picture. They know nothing about my inside life in any way, shape, or form. And my other aunt, she eventually did come, but she had a work trip here, and she told me that I could meet her for dinner. But then she picked a restaurant where I couldn't eat anything. She picked an African restaurant, and I do not process spicy food well, and everything on the menu was spicy. So I met her at the restaurant and I just watched her eat. But I don't want to be like I don't take offense to it, because I do take offense. But what I will say is I don't feel like it's intentional. Like I didn't think in my head like my aunt picked this place knowing I can't eat and she's just being selfish. It was not that thought process. The thought process was, this woman doesn't know a single thing about me, to where she wouldn't even know that I wouldn't be able to eat. And that doesn't feel the best either. So again, with like, I'm not considered, that's a very lonely feeling. So all I can do is go forward. As far as what I guess a little less loneliness looks like for the future going forward, I'm gonna attempt to continue to keep trying to find my community, my friends that hopefully can one day turn into family, people that I can lean on, who can lean on me as well. Hopefully one day I have a partner to where there's two bodies in a space and we just don't feel empty together. So all I can do is keep hoping and keep trying and attempting to get to that spot. But as far as going back into the past and trying to correct things and ask for things any further, especially in the family route, I can't do that anymore. Again, as far as my silent boundaries, as far as my mental health and all of that, I can't allow myself to get into that space. It's taken me a long time to build up this wall of like, it doesn't affect me as hard. Like, it's been happening for years, but it doesn't make it hurt any less. But I'm not going to keep triggering myself or opening the wound of, again, the things that I'm not allowed to have with them. So that's how I'm going to attempt to be a little less lonely in the future. And we're going to leave it here, because now I'm starting to feel things, and I don't mind feeling things. But y'all don't need to see me feel the things. I can get off and feel the things for myself. I can keep that peace to myself. But take a break again if I ever have conversations that are triggering to you or upset you in any way. That is not my intention. So, yeah. Here's day 8, and we're going to keep going and we're going to continue. And I hope that I haven't lost you yet. And we'll see you on tomorrow's episode.